1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Okay. Good afternoon again. First of all, I just want to say that this press conference right here would be very brief, just a little bit addition to the information that we sent out earlier today. With me up here is Major Rennie Williams, the Sheriff's Office, Chief Kenny Kinsey, and the Mr. Paulie Jumper of the brother of the deceased in this case. We spoke with him earlier and given him our condolences throughout this incident, and we just want to make sure we keep the family informed of what's going on. What I want to say today is this afternoon is simply this: this is a very sensitive case, and I can't do anything to jeopardize the integrity of the case. Number one, what I would say is that at this point, this investigation started from day one. It started, and we just didn't sit around and not doing anything. You know, we've been criticized by social media and different people, but I don't take that personal. It's just business for me. But my thing is this: from day one, even before we left the incident location, we had other partners involved with this investigation. SLED was involved, FBI was involved, we had U.S. Marshals Task Force involved, also agencies from North Carolina involved with this investigation. And up until this point, we also have more agencies at this point involved with this investigation. The reason why we put out information earlier today on the vehicle and the person that's supposed to be operating this vehicle is because that we found out Monday, we verified that he was actually in possession of this vehicle. So we were able to get a warrant for this person for theft of the vehicle. We also know that his daughter, which is the 5-year-old that's missing, was also with him at this time. So that's why we're actually looking for the vehicle for him with this warrant, and we also want to get this child back safely. Again, this is the daughter of the person that we are looking for the vehicle, and may have some information about this, the homicide. So we want to also talk with him about that. There's been a lot of talk about information that not getting out. We want to be transparent, but we also, again, I would also say again that we want to make sure that we don't jeopardize anything in this investigation and getting this child back here and safely. Not sure if there's anything else that I'm overlooked. Oh, yeah, definitely I want to address the Amber Alert. The Amber Alert, we tried to get the Amber Alert from the second that we know that this child was not at the house. It did not meet the criteria then, and it still doesn't meet the criteria. So that's, we definitely wanted to put out an Amber Alert, but it didn't meet the criteria. So that's where we at now. It didn't stop us from getting the information out. We got the information out. The only thing that was missing is that, I guess, the billboards or whatever on the highway. So, but we still worked with SLED and the FBI, and we got the information out at that time. I'll try to take 1 or 2 questions, but here again, this is a sensitive investigation. We've been on it. My main thing is to get this girl back home, and also, again, to keep the family informed. You know, I can only imagine what they're going through at this time. So again, to the media, I want to say thank y'all, because we cannot do it without you. We cannot do it. We want you to reach out and put this out to everybody that you can. And I think we have a description of the vehicle. We gave you that, and we also have a tag number that we'll give you the tag number also. So like I said again, I'll try to answer 1 or 2 questions. And
right now, as of right now, Mr. Jeter is not listed as a suspect?
Mr. Jeter, right now, we're looking for him in connection with stealing the vehicle, having possession of the stolen vehicle.
Are there any suspects in this case?
Well, this is fresh, early on investigation. At this point right now, we want to talk to Mr. Jeter about this investigation, and the investigation is kind of running different places, but right now we have nobody that we're naming as a main suspect.
Do we have a suspect in Crystal Jumper's death?
That's what I'm talking about. We don't have, no. So we want to talk to Mr. Jeter about that.
And then you also mentioned that Aspen didn't fit the criteria for an Amber Alert.
Right.
What was the criteria?
Well, first of all, he is the custodial parent of the 5-year-old, and at that point, as far as him, we didn't know that we had no idea that he was the one that, or positively could say that he was the one that had the child, and that the child, if he had the child, that the child was in danger because he was the one that was responsible for the child. And him not being a suspect in this case, so there's, and like I said, we don't make up the criterias or the rules and regulations that we go along. We kind of just have to go along with what's out there. And like I said, that's the first thing that we wanted to try to do was put out an Amber Alert because, at that time, anything and everything would have helped.
Can you confirm if you all are searching in North Carolina?
Yes, we are.
Have you confirmed the identity of the victim?
I leave that to the coroner's office too. We just got the autopsy results back on yesterday, and we just, put out that, was single gunshot wound to the upper body. But as far as the identity, I would let the coroner's office speak to that. But yes, we are searching in our main concentrate areas for the last few days was North Carolina, right? And we have our reasons for that, but I won't say at this time.
And my last question for you all is, since the autopsy results did come back, did it show how long the victim had been deceased?
No, it didn't show. Well, at this point, I'm not sure. The autopsy results wouldn't give us exactly how long, but from our investigation, I think it's been a few weeks. Yeah.
So if I'm correct, you said that Aspen was in custody of her father. Is that correct? Was she visiting her mother at the time?
From my understanding, they were both at that time living there. Both of them were staying there, Aspen and the father.
And we saw some more investigators on scene at the home today. Do you know what their mission was for today?
I'm not sure what they was doing today, but I know that we hadn't released the home yet, so we still have some other things going on around there. So, but we hadn't released the home yet. It's still been under our care, custody.
And was Antar the primary parent or the primary caregiver? Or who had custody, legal custody of that?
I'm not sure of legal custody, but he was the primary person that was in custody of the 5-year-old. Yeah.
It appears that Sheriff Leroy Ravenel, the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Department, now wrapping up that press conference. It was called hastily, and so we're coming on the air at this hour with breaking news, a development in the case of 5-year-old Aspen Jeter. We've been telling you for several days now that the little girl has been reported missing. We know that her mother was found dead in her Orangeburg County home, and now law enforcement are looking for her biological father. His name is Antar Jeter. Law enforcement says the last time there was a sighting of him was in North Carolina, and so they are now looking for more information on Antar Jeter, not in connection with the death of Aspen's mother. But according to Sheriff Leroy Ravenel, in connection with a missing vehicle that belonged to the victim. A coroner's report came out earlier today saying the cause of death for the victim in that home was a single gunshot wound to the upper body. So law enforcement in Orangeburg County, again, repeating what we're hearing from the sheriff, are looking for him in connection with the stolen vehicle. What we're learning at this hour is that Antar Jeter was the primary and custodial care person for Aspen, who we've heard from family members is a child with special needs. From family members, we've learned that she has a difficult time speaking and cannot walk on her own, and that Antar, we're learning now from the sheriff's is the primary caretaker for her. There have been a lot of questions about whether or not an Amber Alert should have been issued for this missing 5-year-old. And from the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Department, we're learning now that they looked for that, they requested that, but it did not meet the criteria. We have a crew there live. We're continuing to follow this story for you, not only on air, but also online at WLTX.com and on our News 19 mobile app. We're going to take a break, go back to our regularly scheduled programming, and have more for you when you join us tonight for Friends at 5.